up on Fulton Today.
Fulton County Police Department's Coffee with a Cop program is helping build stronger relationships between the community and police officers. I'll have the full story coming up.
And new technology helps increase emergency response times for calls to the county's 911 center. Fulton Today starts right now. Welcome to Fulton Today, everyone. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. The nationwide call to improve the relationship between the community and police is heard right here in Fulton County. Fulton County Police is offering its residents a chance to meet with them one-on-one, and not at their precincts, but rather out for a cup of coffee. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega has our story.
The Fulton County Police Department is continuing to close the gap between the community and its officers, and this latest initiative, Coffee with a Cop, is helping. As you can see, officers are in a relaxed environment where residents can come and talk one-on-one about any concerns they have. It's a chance for a comfortable conversation with police over a cup of coffee.
We appreciate them being here and being visible.
And a chance to establish good relationships with the men and women who keep them safe.
That's just for the game, but in life.
All across the nation, altercations between officers and residents have sparked a national dialogue about the need for better relations between police and the community. The National Coffee with a Cop initiative is a chance to do that by allowing officers to build trust with the community they serve.
They not only just come here, they come through on a daily basis, so we get to know each other. So it's a really good thing. I'm glad they're doing it.
In 2015, the United States Conference of Mayors released a report compiled by several mayors and police chiefs across the country. The report includes 6 recommendations intended to improve police and community relations. One of the first recommendations specifically calls for building police community trust. That is something Fulton Police say they already have.
We've been practicing community policing here in Fulton County for a very long time under Chief Lewis Graham, who I first started under in the early mid-90s, to present day Chief Gary Stiles. Community policing has proven itself over and over again. A number of times in crime and disorder, responding to a crime and just going out and taking a report is not enough.
One resident in charge of her neighborhood watch program says her close relationship with officers have allowed her to make positive changes for her community.
Yes, because crime is everywhere. It's everywhere. But by working with the police, with them helping you put up your neighborhood watch program, showing you what to do, going to meetings, getting information, and applying it to your neighborhood has helped tremendously.
Since community outreach events like these have been so successful, there will be similar programs in the future. Reporting from College Park, I'm Priscilla Ortega for FGTV.
Thank you very much. Now, the department has scheduled 2 more Coffee with a Cop events. The next one is at the Bojangles on March 14th from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then on the 16th at the Kroger. The addresses are right there on your screen. Response times to 911 calls will now be a lot quicker. The county has a new $20 million public safety radio system. County officials held a news conference to talk about the new system that now allows operators to better pinpoint the caller.
The accuracy of our information when someone calls 911 today, it allows us on a cell phone to rebid a call a little quicker. So it's a button now that we just hit, and it just says rebid. It brings up the new information, the more accurate caller information when it comes in.
We're so excited because we have 675,000 calls per year that we take here at the 911 center.
Time and accuracy are the most important features of this new system.
Ma'am, are you injured? Do you need an ambulance?
Eventually, the new system will allow residents to even text their emergencies to 911. Fulton leaders also announced a new strategy to bring business into Fulton County. The Board of Commissioners created a new agency called Select Fulton, and it consolidated its economic development staff right under this umbrella. Al Nash is the Executive Director of the Fulton County Development Authority. Al, welcome to Fulton Today.
Janya, thank you very much for the opportunity. We look forward to letting our citizens of Fulton County know what we are, and hopefully that can lead to some other opportunities.
Well, Al, you will be leading this initiative. Tell everyone how this consolidation came about.
Well, I think it's part of the overall kind of the new strategy that the county commission and the leadership in the county manager's office started laying out about a year ago, really trying to understand how do we make Fulton County one of the most efficient counties in the country. And one of the things that bubbled to the top quickly was economic development and transportation, and also making sure that our citizens are served. So that was a byproduct of that effort back a year ago.
And so now what exactly will Select Fulton allow you all to do?
Well, I think it's going to allow us, what we've heard from our partners out there, that in certain instances they want to have a one-stop person to go to start the ball rolling. As companies have to be comfortable with the county in which they're going to locate. And again, we're on the list of we could be competing with 20 other locations around the country, around the world. And these consultants early on want to be able to go to one place to kind of get that feel. And so that's what we're going to be doing.
And I mentioned there's been a consolidation of some of the county staff under this umbrella. Exactly how will all of this work?
What we had before was an economic development department, then we had a unincorporated South Fulton Economic Initiative, and you had the Development Authority. The Development Authority was primarily of a role that played in the financing and working on bond deals and the bigger stuff. And the Economic Development Department had kind of worked all over the county, and then the unincorporated worked in the unincorporated area of South Fulton. And then there was cases where we were sending, not intentionally, but we were sending signals to customers as to what entity was doing what. And, we've had situations where we had 3 logos or 3 contacts. And so what we want to do is to make sure, again, it's really creating efficiency and being able to help win those opportunities.
And now explain to the residents why they should be excited about this new initiative.
I hope they would be excited about the future because we are in competition. And again, I want to emphasize, sometimes this competition is not locally. What we're finding is companies that have big presence here not necessarily are located or headquartered here.
And finally, Al, it sounds like that this is just overall just a really good plan.
Right, it is. I'm very hopeful, but it's going to take a team effort, and we're going to roll our sleeves up, and I keep using the word collaborate, cooperate, coordination. That's a lot of what we're going to be doing, and it's making sure that we build this county, that we try to grow the tax base, create jobs, and retain jobs, and work on the overall economic fabric of this community.
Al Nash, Executive Director of the Fulton County Development Authority, also now over Select Fulton. Always great to see you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Shania, I appreciate it and look forward to visiting with you soon.
Now, you can see Al talk more about Select Fulton all this week on Fulton at Work with Daryl Carver. A group of visitors from Eastern Europe get an up-close look at a key element in Georgia's justice system, the Fulton County Jail.
Welcome to the Fulton County Jail.
Sheriff Ted Jackson and his staff welcomed the visitors from the Republic of Georgia during a briefing in the facility's conference room.
We've modernized the jail. We have high tech. It's secure. We have programs. And what we have, obviously they might not have it the same way in their country. So they come here to get ideas. And we are recognized by the major jail association as having a top-notch jail.
The tour included stops in the jail's intake area, inmate housing, and medical area.
I was amazed how well the healthcare program is organized there, and it was really a big step forward in comparison with other countries.
Groups from the Republic of Georgia, along with visitors from Denmark, Japan, and Brazil, have all taken tours at the county jail. It's that time of year when students prepare to go to their school proms, and Fulton officials want to make sure that those proms are both fun and safe. The Office of Children and Youth is launching a prom safety campaign contest. Schools participating in the contest can use social media, photography, and video to promote their safety campaign. The deadline to enter the contest is 5:30 on April 1st.
So that's the ultimate goal of the Youth Commission's Prom Safety Initiative, is to ensure that schools are discussing the challenges and the dangers during prom season and ensuring that their prom attendees are safe.
And for the school with the best prom safety campaign, the best prom party ever. It will be hosted by V103 and Capitol Records Music Group, featuring recording artist Salento of the popular song Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay. There will also be a surprise musical guest. Again, the deadline, 5:30, April 1st. You can get more details on the contest by contacting Reginald Crosley at that information right there on your screen. And still to come, the man who wants to lead the Democratic Republic of the Congo makes a stop right here in Fulton County. It's a part of our district-by-district coverage next. Fulton welcomes an international presidential hopeful to the county, and a film about Ambassador Andy Young kicks off an annual film festival. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage.
We begin with Chairman John Eves as he meets with Democratic Republic of Congo presidential candidate. The at-large commissioner greeted Bernard Katampa during his recent trip to Atlanta. Mr. Katampa was visiting the U.S. to discuss his vision for the office with state and local leaders. The presidential candidate was introduced at the state capitol to a myriad of lawmakers during his visit.
DRC is one of the largest and most minerally rich countries in Africa. And so he's coming here making relationships, making introductions, and it was just a great honor and pleasure to talk with him and his lovely wife.
I think this has been a memorable visit to this part of the world. The hospitality has touched me. And not only the hospitality, you know, when people can sacrifice their time to listen to you, to share with you what they have, and you can share with them what you have. This is what I call things which happen for a lifetime, not for just an occasion.
After meeting with the chairman, Mr. Katampa also took part in the African Exchange Pan-African Economic Women of Empowerment Summit. In District 3, North Fulton residents honor longtime senior advocate Dorothy C. Benson. Members of the senior facility that bears her name celebrated her recent accolade that was presented at the state capitol. As we mentioned last week, Ms. Benson was given the Distinguished Older Georgian Award at the Capitol by the Georgia Council on Aging. Her senior center friends and supporters honored her as well for her commitment to their facility and senior causes.
Yeah, I'm really excited that Georgia Council on Aging gave me an award called the Distinguished Georgian of the Year. And I don't know what I did to deserve that, but I know it's a great honor, and it's kind of a humbling experience, too.
She's just been great and carries on. She's been through breast cancer and been through stuff with us, and it's just, she's just so strong. And like Linda said, if I could be, I just want to grow up to be her.
Fulton commissioners named the Benson Center in her honor following her years of advocacy to have the senior center built. In District 5, the community celebrated the success of the Black History Film Festival with a special reception. Commissioner Marvin Arrington partnered with the City of Atlanta's Film and Entertainment Division, along with Fulton County's Public Access Station, to present Unsung Heroes of Black History. During the reception, the Wolf Creek Library featured the documentary Andrew Young's The Making of Modern Atlanta.
I host this festival because I think it's important to tell these stories to our children. I think it's important that they learn from the mistakes of the past so that we can prepare for a better tomorrow.
During the reception, the winners of this year's SAM film competition were announced. Both winners were given a $500 prize. And finally, Commissioner Emma I. Darnell hears from District 6 residents during her task force for children and youth meeting. The commissioner convened the gathering of neighbors, civic organizations, and county staff so that the group could develop an action plan to provide increased support and assistance to Fulton County's youth and young adults.
I think the meeting was superb, and I think it's a jump start to something great, and I'm so looking forward to being a part. Thank you, Commissioner Emma Darnell, because she is just great. I can tell that all of this is coming from her heart, and I appreciate everything that she continues to do for the youth in our community.
We want to thank all of the members of the neighborhoods and the organizations and the nonprofits who came out tonight to help us decide what we're going to do to save these children. Except for them, we would have a real problem in this neighborhood. But because of them, by working together, we're going to get it done.
The plan that members of the task force will develop will focus on mitigating and reducing the unhealthy and criminal behavior of Fulton County's youth and young adult population. With this week's District by District coverage, I'm Melissa Lewis.
Now you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with a rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And still to come, county officials focus on the upcoming mosquito season and the Zika virus. We'll tell you how. Stay with us. Mosquito season is approaching, and with concerns about the Zika virus and West Nile, Fulton's health officials are taking precautions right now. Here to talk to us about those steps that the county is taking is the Director of Clinical Services, Dr. Kim Turner. Dr. Turner, welcome back to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
So lots of people have heard about the Zika virus in the news. Tell everybody exactly what it is and how it is transmitted.
The Zika virus is a viral disease that is transmitted to people by mosquito bites. Now, the Zika virus is actually found and acquired in the Americas, not the USA, but countries like Brazil and Colombia. So if travelers who travel to those areas and are bitten by mosquitoes, they may be exposed to the Zika virus. Now, we are very fortunate that in the United States and also in Georgia, we do not have any local transmission of the virus. Now, people are exposed to Zika virus by a mosquito, and it's a particular type of mosquito, and it's called Aedes aegypti. This mosquito bites, it's infected, it bites an individual, and then it bites someone else. That's how you transmit the virus to someone else. Now, we are most concerned with individuals who are pregnant, or individuals who are pregnant who are traveling to the infected countries. So we do different things, and we give a lot of information to share with them so they can be safe when they return back to the United States of America.
And so we mentioned that the county is taking some steps to get ahead of this. Exactly what are we doing?
For a number of years, the county has used outside vendors to reduce mosquito problems. This also helps with West Nile virus and the Zika virus. In addition, we are informing and educating and practicing control measures to reduce the problem of Zika infection. In addition, we are also assisting women who are pregnant who travel to those infected countries when they return to get the proper laboratory testing. This is just some of the things that we are doing to combat this problem.
And Dr. Turner, a lot of people are very concerned about this, so what are your final thoughts?
If you have traveled to any of the infected countries and have signs and symptoms, which include a headache, a fever, painful joints, or a red eye, please call the office of the Department of Public Health, 1-866-PUB-HLTH.
Dr. Kim Turner with the Department of Health and Wellness, always great to see you. Thanks again for your time.
Thanks again for having me.
Now Now, for more information on the Zika virus, you can visit the CDC website. The warmer weather also means that food trucks will start to be popular again. Fulton's Health Department is responsible for inspecting the county's 112 permitted food trucks twice a year. Food trucks are held to the same standards as other food establishments.
When at a food truck, when you see the food service handler, it's just like if you're in a restaurant. Pay attention. Do they have gloves on when they're prepping your food? Do they have hair nets on? They're held accountable to the same rules and regulations as people in the restaurants.
All food trucks are required to have a permit and the most recent inspection score posted in the window of the food truck. Before they can serve customers, food trucks are required to turn in an application which has their route listed with a maximum of 8 stops. That's how health inspectors know where to locate a food truck for an inspection. Fulton's health team is also working to make access easier to one of its health centers. Talks with MARTA are underway in hopes of getting a proposed bus stop at the Neighborhood Union Health Center in Vine City. Integrated Program Manager Robert Frady says the two partners will do all they can to try to make that happen.
Recently we had a meeting with MARTA as well as Healing Community Centers to talk about adding a bus stop closer to the Neighborhood Union Health Facility. We believe this is an opportunity for us to increase access, make it easier for our patients in our neighborhood to be able to visit the many services we have at Neighborhood Union.
Bus service would make it easier for residents in surrounding neighborhoods to reach the facility.
When you have young children and they're walking several blocks to the center, that's difficult for the families, but it also means that not as many people are going to visit the center. We think the services here are top, and we really want to make sure the community has the ability to access them.
Well, do you want to attend a concert at the Wolf Creek Amphitheater for free? We'll tell you how to do that when Fulton Today continues. The Fulton Arts and Culture Department is looking for residents to help them complete a number of art projects. The artists would apply to be on the Fulton County Artist Registry. The county uses the list when looking to hire and fund different arts projects and host exhibits. The artists have to apply and to be approved to be on the registry.
We have 23 projects coming up within the next couple of years, and we want to pull people from the registry for these projects.
Those on the artist registry are selected annually. Members also receive offers for free professional development, technical workshops, and artist lectures. The deadline to submit an application is April 16th. You can go to fultonarts.org to get more information. And finally, Wolf Creek Management is looking for volunteers and interns. Those selected will participate in the production and marketing activities, particularly on days when concerts are scheduled. The session runs from May until October and will be bigger than ever.
We're really interested in any students that have a background in public relations, marketing, production work, that is really actually interested in getting some good hands-on experience in running a venue and concert and the concert industry.
The interns and volunteers will gain hands-on experience in event setup, post-show production, and vendor management. And of course, they will get to see each show for free. Now, those who are interested in applying can send their resumes to wolf.creek@fultoncountyga.gov. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, anytime on our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis-Rucker. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.